Welcome to another episode of Void City Reviews. I'm Toast, joined by Dan. And today we're going to be looking at the White Knight Batcycle and also the Target exclusive red version of White Knight Batman.
Indeed, along with the regular version of the figure, which was one of the earlier figures from the McFarlane DC Multiverse line. I am pretty excited to look at this motorcycle. I've been waiting for it for a very long time. I know you have.
I love the design of this thing.
I love pretty much all the designs from that story.
Yes.
Let's take a look at this bike.
Yes. This bike is massive.
It is humongous, and I love it.
It's over a foot for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Probably like 15 inches.
It is bigger than the death metal bike.
Which we'll probably do that comparison later.
I'm sure we will.
All right, so each of these three figures and a bike, come from the Sean Gordon Murphy White Knight
universe story.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
There have been 3 miniseries so far.
And they are fantastic. You should check them out. That was the White Knight, and then Curse of the White Knight was the second one with Azrael.
Yes.
And then what is the other one?
Harley Quinn.
That is right. That one looks really good too.
And he's currently working on Beyond.
Oh.
So excited.
I always loved that his universe was basically an unofficial sequel to the animated series universe, but taking it in a different direction than the official sequel comics have taken it, which is kind of refreshing because there are some things that the official sequel comics did that are just kind of really cringy at this point. And this one is just a more mature kind of take on it, seemingly by a fan who was really into where this universe could have gone.
Yeah. One of the things Murphy does is make sure to include vehicles in every issue. So when this cycle showed up, I was instantly in love.
Same here. And I was very much hoping at some point, someday, we would get a toy. Back then, McFarlane did not have the rights to DC Comics, so we didn't know where this toy would come from. But we both knew we want there to be a toy.
Yes.
Very much. So I'm happy that he got the rights to this and decided to make this motorcycle.
And this is only $25.
And for the size of it and how much plastic it is and just how big and sturdy it is, and for some of the things that it does, which we will get into later, that's quite a steal in my opinion. These I feel like might fly off the shelf.
I don't think we need to get into it. Final thoughts, just buy this toy.
Yeah, just get it. Yeah, we'll just tell you right now. You don't have to fast forward or go to the end. You should just get one of these, maybe get 2. Well, at least just get 1.
1 for sure.
Definitely get 1. Mm-hmm. And get one of those Batmans to put on it, because I noticed they've put him back in the store a little bit more. I think anticipating people wanting to put one on the bike. He looks pretty good on there. He does only have one hand that will fit on the handlebar.
Dope.
Kind of how I put it. His other hand is a fist.
No.
There is an alternate version of this figure coming out soon. That is a 2-pack with Azrael Batman.
Oh, yes.
He doesn't have the cape in the alternate pack. He has a little yellow harness, and he has swords because it's from their final showdown from the Curse of the White Knight comic book. That figure, he has 2 open hands, so you might be able to switch out one of his hands, which will have that same glove, and put it on this guy if you want to put him on here, or have the other guy ride it. Or just pose him like I did, and it looks fine. Either way, it looks great. This was actually the very first McFarlane Batman figure I bought, by the way. It was the Sean Gordon Murphy White Knight Batman. I just liked that design so much. I thought it was a really cool figure, and that is the figure that got me started on this entire line. And now I have all of them.
So I mentioned the vehicles earlier, but his character designs are also just phenomenal.
Oh, they're amazing. They are really cool. The art and the designs in that book in general.
So I really hope McFarlane continues the White Knight figure line.
I do too.
That gives us more.
There are some other characters in there that would be really cool to have. Yes. Like when Nightwing and Barbara joined
GTO.
Yeah, the GTO with Jack Napier, and they all were policing Gotham with their badges and their vests and their different Batmobiles.
Oh. I need at least 1 White Knight Harley.
That'd be very nice.
But
so a 2-pack of both Harleys.
She comes in multiple outfits in the comics.
And there are 2 different Harleys. There are literally 2 different women who are both Harley Quinn, who both have different eras, basically, of outfits. God. You could have a 2-pack of them facing off.
The story's so good.
It is. You could have a 2-pack of Barbara and Nightwing. There are a lot of opportunities for some very cool figures to come out of this series. Yes. But let's get back to this awesome motorcycle. So let's take a look up close. First of all, one of the things we mentioned that this bike can do is this is in its fully extended ready to roll mode. I guess, I don't know what you'd call it, but it actually It squeezes together and closes up. So this is how it arrives in its package. A little more compact, a little more almost like a Tron motorcycle or sort of a Bat Pod configuration. A lot shorter, a little more stout and armored, but for the full maneuverability and speed. And in the book, I think it just extended kind of, and it's really easy. It just pops right out. That pulls out. That pulls out.
Snaps in place.
They snap right in place, and it almost gives it a pretty seamless look, just like armor plates. I think it looks very nice. It rolls very well. Very smooth action on there. It has rubber wheels.
Really?
Both front and back. Yep. It has some paint in there on the engine. Not as much as I would like.
There's a lot of sculpted detail. It's not.
There is.
It's not especially painted, but there's at least a wash in there to bring out all the detail.
Yeah. It's a lot like the original bike, the death metal bike, where there's just kind of that wash on that silver to kind of give it a dirty looking metal kind of feel to it. But you could definitely throw some other sort of paint in there and make it look a lot nicer. And it's the same on both sides there. But that'd be pretty easy to fix on there. There's your seat and everything. There's the wheel.
And you saw at the outset that the figure does fit on there. His feet go where they're
He
supposed
does fit,
to. He
yep.
can hold and sit in the seat.
And unlike the death metal Batman figure, which has a thigh swivel because he was kind of specifically made for his motorcycle, this figure was made in the very first wave, pretty much, of the McFarlane Toys. And this bike just came out now, over, a year and a half later?
Yeah.
Almost 2 years, year and a half. And even without the thigh swivel, he did still fit right on that bike.
Well done, Todd.
Pretty much right in that position. So he just kind of move his legs just like that, and then he fits right on there. He'd actually have with his stand, look at that. He could just stand like that with his cape. That's pretty cool. Yeah, very well done. As I said, the only issue I could see people having would be that he's got the one fist, so he can't grab both handlebars. But that's either you could grab just two hands off of different figures and paint them. Very easy solution. Or just wait for that second figure, which I'm sure people will get anyways.
And the cape got out of the way.
Yep, the cape is flexible enough and it just rolls right back over the back wheel, just like they typically do. So, again, it's almost like he knew in advance, maybe. Maybe they did know in advance. Who knows?
So one thing I never saw in any photos before I had this toy in hand is a shot from above. So you can see there's two struts inside there. That's what extends, but it's otherwise just open.
One thing I thought was a little funny, I know it's not exactly the same, but I think it's funny that Batman's motorcycle is apparently a Decepticon.
It's a little close.
It's pretty close. I saw that and I was kind of like,
So this does extend. There's a gap inside, but it's supposed to be there.
It is. And I like that they do kind of have that detail in there, so it's not just the pieces of the toy. You can actually have sort of the springs and the shocks or the struts or whatnot, like you said. Like overall, I'm very, very happy with this. Yeah, other than maybe a little engine detail, some things like that, I really like it.
So you did not find this in the store. You ordered this from Amazon.
This
correct?
came from Amazon, yes.
Okay.
And it actually came a bit sooner than I thought it was going to. I do believe my Target pre-order for it was still out at least another month.
And we've seen, based on photos on Instagram and Facebook, that other people have this in hand already.
Oh, yes. Yeah. The last couple of weeks, maybe last 2 weeks at least,
Yeah.
I've seen people popping up with it. The funny thing to me is that whenever they take pictures of it, and you thought this was funny too, they always take pictures with it not extended.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. Why wouldn't you take pictures with it the way it's supposed to look?
Irritates the hell out of me.
Yeah. It could look way more awesome.
I'm guessing most of those people that bought this toy did not read the comic. They're like, oh, it's just a cool bike.
That makes me sad. It makes me very sad.
Yeah.
It's a pretty easy feature.
Is
to
there
find.
anything on the box that says it extends? I think the box is way over there.
So I guess one correction I'll make right away is the box says Batcycle for Curse of the White Knight, not just for White Knight. I guess it appears in both those stories. Yep, it does come with the trading card like all the McFarlane toys. It is just a picture of the action figure on a picture of the motorcycle. So no actual comic art, which makes me a bit sad. I really wish he would go back to having the art. I'm not seeing anything on the packaging that actually talks about the fact that the bike extends. Yeah, no. And there are really no photos of it on the box that show it where you can see the front of the bike, not on the card or on the picture on the back, which is just the card but bigger. So yeah, I guess I could see now why some people maybe don't even know it does that. The figure's pretty nice. A little bit different elbows than your normal McFarlane figures have.
Yeah.
We did notice that some of the earlier figures seems to do that. So different elbows. And the only other weird thing we noticed about this guy is he is the shortest of the Batman figures. He is a lot shorter than all the other McFarlane Batmans. Not really sure why that is, if that's just part of the art style or what. Other than that, that's the only complaint I could have about this guy. I really like this figure.
It's a very nice figure. With the knife on the belt and the high boots and the collar, he's almost got like a pirate theme going on. And the red version is based on one of the covers to the comic.
Yeah, it's basically it's the exact same figure. He just is colored in red and brownish red. And both figures come with the bat rope that you see on their belt. That does actually come off of there. I just have it hanging on there because it looks nice. And then they also have their bat grapnel gun, which is modeled actually after the way it looked in the animated series. Just kind of that little square with the handle that goes in your hand.
Do they have that?
Yep. And they also have a bat rope,
Yes.
which I'm not quite sure how it's meant to be used. It doesn't fit in the end of the grapnel at all. There's nowhere really to plug it in. It's just a rope with a batarang attached, and the rope's kind of like sticking out.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know quite if it's supposed to look like he's throwing it, but also it's still the rope is in his hand. It's just it's a strange prop. I don't quite understand the use for it because it just seems like it's meant for him to be throwing a batarang with a rope on it, which is awkward.
I think Todd could give us some better accessories.
Or just not include that one.
Like alternate hands.
Yeah, an alternate hand would have been nice. Maybe a head with no mask on it. I know that's one of our main complaints, especially for you, Toast, is that there aren't alternate heads with very many of these figures when...
But how would he resell the same figure 3 months later if he didn't? If he
gave us all that
initially.
stuff at first, then all he could do is repaint it, and he needs something a little bit better than repainting. So he needs to be able to give us a different head next time, and then a different paint, maybe a different hand or something.
Oh,
nice.
Todd,
please make more awesome motorcycles. The only vehicle here I haven't gotten so far is that Bat Raptor. I hate that thing. It just looks... it reminds me of like the 90s, like a vehicle you would get with the old Kenner, like Batman Returns or Batman Forever figures. So here's the Ice Shield Blast Water Slide Bat Bike Tron Mobile, complete with dust bubble shooting action and water skis. Do not use in water.
It's just a thesaurus of words in front of the word Batman.
Yeah, and none of it looks like anything he ever actually had or should have ever had. Like the entire movie of Batman and Robin. We just wanted to sell more toys with a winter theme.
But then they did the same thing with Alien, and it was awesome. Like a rhino alien.
Yeah, but that's, I think, because they needed some way to sell a rated R movie to kids as toys. And at least those toys made sense because they made it clear that, yes, we paid attention to the plot of the movie. The dog in the movie is why the alien ran on all fours and seemed like a dog this time instead of a person like the other aliens who came out of humans, all of them. So I thought that was really cool to get to see what aliens would have looked like if they got to a zoo. There would have been all different kinds of crazy aliens. It would have been great. I want to see an elephant alien.
Oh, man.
I want to see like a bat alien, an alligator alien, an armadillo alien. I want to see a kangaroo alien with a pouch, and in the pouch another alien head comes out. So there's like 4 alien mouths.
Oh my god.
What were we talking about again? Batman and his motorcycle or something? Cool.
Yeah, I think we already said. Just buy the bike.
Just buy it. That's our final thoughts is Alien had some cool toys and buy this bike.
I skipped the Target exclusive version just because I already had the regular edition, and I'm still a huge fan of that figure. I didn't need one in sort of red, orange, purple.
Right. This light might not be doing it very much justice. So we said we would kind of compare these two bikes, so we're going to do that really quick just so you can kind of see the size difference. So we're just going to line them up next to each other. This is the fully extended White Knight motorcycle. So as you can see, these are lined up in the back here. White Knight's a bit bigger of a bike.
Significantly.
Even when it would be plugged in and not in the battle mode or whatever, it would still be a little bit longer than the death metal bike, which is already pretty darn big. So that's saying something. So I think those look pretty nice next to each other. Yeah, go get this bike. Go get it now if you can find it.
If you can find it.
If you're in the Midwest, probably not, but on the coasts,
not yet.
It seems to be showing up, especially on the West Coast. But we have seen it appearing on the East Coast as well, according to Facebook. So head on out and grab this awesome motorcycle. You will not regret it.
Indeed. So that was our look at some of the White Knight figures along with the White Knight Batcycle. Very cool.
Very, very cool.
If you have any comments, please leave them below. Don't forget to like or hit the notification bell to subscribe to the channel and then get notifications when new videos go up. I've been Toast.
I have been Dan.
Thank you. Please join us next time.